My name is Lydia, and my student number is S044106. And the title of the speech is What I Learned as a Kid in Jail. I'm the freshman at NCUE. Now I'm going to start the speech. We need to change the culture in our jails and prisons, especially for young inmates. New York State is one of only two in the U.S. that automatically arrest and charge 16 to 17-year-olds as adults. This culture of violence takes these young people and puts them in a hostile environment, and the correctional officers pretty much allow any and everything to go on. There's not really much for these young people to do to actually enhance their talents and actually rehabilitate them. Until we can raise the age of criminal responsibility to 18, we need to focus on changing the daily life of these young people. I know firsthand, before I ever turned 18, I spent approximately 400 days on Rikers Island. And to add to that, I spent almost 300 days in solitary confinement. And let me tell you this, screaming at the top of your lungs all day on your cell door or screaming at the top of your lungs out the window, it gets tiring. Since there's not much for you to do while you are in there, you start pacing back and forth in your cell. You start talking to yourself, your thoughts started running wild, and then your thoughts become your own worst enemy. Just and are actually supposed to rehabilitate a person, not cause him or her to become very angry, frustrated, and feel more hopeless. Since there's not a discharge plan put in place for these young people, they pretty much re-enter society with nothing, and there's not really much for them to do to keep them from recidivating. But it all starts with the CEOs. It's very easy for some people to look at these correctional officers as the good guys and the inmates as the bad guys, or vice versa for some. But it's a little more than that. See, these CEOs are normal, everyday people. They come from the same neighborhoods as the population they serve. They are just normal people. They are not robots, and there's nothing special about them. They do pretty much everything anybody else in society does. The male cells want to talk and flirt with the female cells. They play the little high school kid games with each other. They politic with one another, and the female seals gossip to each other. So I spent numerous amounts of time with numerous amounts of seals. And let me tell you about this one in particular named Monroe. One day he put me in between the A and B doors which separate the north and south sides of our housing unit. He put me there because I had a physical altercation with another young man in my housing unit, and he felt since there was a female officer working on the floor, that I violated his shift. So he punched me in my chest. He kind of knocked the wind out of me. I wasn't impulsive. I didn't react right away because I know this is their house. I have no wings. All he has to do is pull his pin and back up will come immediately. So I just gave him a look in his eyes, and I guess he saw the anger and frustration just burning. And he said to me, "Your eyes are going to get you in a lot of trouble because you are looking like you want to fight." So he commenced to taking off his utility belt. He took off his shirt and his badge, and he said we could fight. So I asked him, "You gonna hold it down? Now let's turn that's commonly used on Rikers Island, meaning that you are not going to say anything to anybody and you are not going to report it." He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna hold it down. You gonna hold it down?" I didn't even respond. I just punched him right in his face and we began fighting right then and there. Towards the end of the fight, he slammed me up against the wall. So while we were tossed up, he said to me, "You good?" As he got the best of me. But in my mind, I know I got the best of him. So I replied very cocky, "Oh, I'm good. You good?" He said, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Let's go." He shook my head, said he gave me my respect, gave me a cigarette, and sent me on my way. Believe it or not, you come across some seals on Rikers Island that will fight you one-on-one. They feel like they understand how it is, and they feel like I am going to meet you where you are at. Since this is how you commonly handle your disputes, we can handle it in a manner. I walk away from it like a man. You walk away from it like a man. And that's it. Some seals feel that they are gelling with you. This is why they have the mentality and that attitude and they go by that concept. In some instances, we are in it together with the seal. However, institutions need to give these correctional officers proper training on how to properly deal with the adolescent population, and they also need to give them proper trainings on how to deal with the mental health population as well. These skills play a big factor in these young people's lives for X amount of time until a disposition is reached on their case. So why not try to mentor these young people while they are there? Why not try to give them some types of insight to make a change? So once they re-enter back in society, they are doing something positive. A second big thing to help our teens in jails is better programming. When I was on Rikers Island, the huge thing was solitary confinement. Solitary confinement was originally designed to break a person mentally, physically, emotionally. That's what it was designed for. The U.S. Attorney General recently released a report stating that they are going to ban solitary confinement in New York State for teens. One thing that kept me sane while I was in solitary confinement was reading. I tried to educate myself as much as possible. I read any and everything I could get my hands on. And aside from that, I wrote music and short stories. Some programs that I feel would benefit our young people are our therapy programs for the kids like to drug and have that talent. And what about the young individuals that are musically inclined? How about a music program for them that actually teaches them on how to teaching them how to write and make music, just so. When adolescents come to Rikers Islands, C14, C174 RNDC is a building that they are housed in. That's nicknamed Gladiator School because you have a young individual coming in from the street thinking that they are tough, being surrounded by a bunch of other young individuals from all of the five routes, and every day feels that they are tough. So now you have a bunch of young gentlemen poking their chests out feeling that I have to prove I'm equally as tough as you, or I'm tougher than you, and you and you. But let's be honest, the culture is very dangerous and demanding to our young people. We need to help institutions and these teens realize that they don't have to lead the previous style that they led when they were on the streets. That they can actually make a change. It's sad to report that while I was in prison, I used to hear dogs talking about when they get released from prisons, what type of crimes they are going to commit when they get back in the street. The conversation used to sound something like this. Oh, when I hit the street, my brother got this connection for this, that and the third. Or my man over here got this connection for the low price. Let's exchange information. And when we hit the town, we are going to do it real big. I used to hear these conversations and think to myself, wow, these Dutch are really talking about going back in the streets and committing future crimes. So I came up with a name for that. I called it a go back to jail quick scheme because really, how long is that go to last? You get a retirement plan with that. Nice little pension, 401k, 403b. You get the health insurance, dental. But I will tell you this: being in jails and being in prisons, I came across some of the most intelligent, brilliant, and talented people that I would ever meet. I've seen individuals take a potato chip bag and turn it into the most beautiful picture frame. I've seen individuals take the state soap that's provided for free and turn them into the most beautiful sculptures that would make Michelangelo look like a kindergartner. Made it. At the age of 21st, I was a maximum security prison called Elmira Correctional Facility. I just came out of the way shack from walking out, and I saw an older gentleman that I knew standing in the middle of the yard just looking up at the sky. Mind you, this older gentleman was serving as a 33 and a third to life sentence in which he already have served 20 years of the sentence. So I walked up to him and I said, "Oh, G, what's going on, man? You good?" He looked at me and he said, "Yeah, I'm good, young blood." I'm like, "So what are you looking at the sky for, man? What's so fascinating up there?" He said, "You look up and you tell me what you see." Clouds. He said, "All right, where else do you see?" At that time, it was a plane passing by. I said, "All right, I see the plane." He said, "Actually, it was what's on that airplane, people? Actually, now where's the plane and those people going? I don't know, you know? Please let me know if you do. If you do, then let me get some lottery number." He said, "You're missing the big picture, young blood. The plane with those people is going somewhere while we are here stuck. The big picture is this. The plane with those people going somewhere that's left passing us by while we behind this wall stuck." Ever Ever since that day, it sparked something in my mind and made me know I had to make change. Growing up, I was always a good, smart kid. Some people would say I was little too smart for my own good. I had dreamed of dreams of becoming an architect or an a- archaeologist. Currently, I'm working at the Fortune Society, which is a re-entry program, and I work with people as a case manager that are a high risk for recidivism. So I connect them with the services that they need once they are released for jail, from jails and prisons so they can make a positive transitions back into society. If I was to if I were to see my 18-year-old self today, I would sit down and talk to him and try to educate him, and I would let him know, listen me, I'm your, this is us, we are one. Everything that you are about to do, I know what you're gonna do before you do it because I already did it. And I would encourage him not to pan out with X, Y, and Z people. I will tell him not to be in such and such place. I will tell him, keep you behind in school, man, because that's where you need to be. Because that's what's going to get you somewhere in life. This is the message that we should be sharing with our young men and young women. We shouldn't be treating them as adults and putting them in cultures of violence that are nearly impossible for them to escape. Thank you.